All right, this is Matthew with Padres. Welcome back. Long time no see. We have a new player, Roxy. She is a parkour person from LA. Never misses a catch. Renowned parkour master. I don't know. I guess it's cool. I've seen the video of her catch. It looks kind of odd. But we will play some games with her. Got her lined up in center field right now. The contact looks good. The power is obviously very low. The speed is above average. The throwing looks good. Fielding's obviously good. I've got Markin right. And so it feels like a natural fit in center. You get a little more arm in center than my usual Neville. A little less offense. A little less speed. We'll see how it goes. I am excited to have some outfield assists from my center fielder because I don't with Neville. His arm is pretty weak. But we'll see how it plays out. If you ever wanted to see me play a bad game, this is the one right here. I don't know how many losses I've uploaded into YouTube, probably in the single digits, but this is going to be one. I'm playing Hong from Taiwan. And I'm actually not upset with my pitching in this game. I do walk in a run, you'll see eventually, but he has a very nasty lineup. And so I'm being pretty careful with the majority of his players. I do throw this last changeup here in the zone to hammer with quite a few charges, hoping he will not time it correctly. But he is a Luna user as well. And there's a first look at that throw from center field and that odd flipping windup. You saw she did hit first without the cutoff from center, which is a pretty good arm. I mean, there's not a whole lot of outfielders we have that can go center to first without the cutoff. And the windup, although it looks crazy, isn't particularly slow. It's not as slow as the base windup, I think. I tried another changeup, and he's put both of them straight into center. There's another throw right to Durant. I mean, there's definitely pace on those throws, and they're getting there without the cutoff, so she is at least doing that part of her stats. Gibson to bat here. He swings at another changeup in the zone, forces that error. If I had my rare version of Roxy at shortstop Jordan, I might have gotten a double play there, but instead I'm looking at bases loaded and a dangerous batter up to bat, Rosa. So it does present a nice situation here where Rosa's ability could activate to center field and Roxy could make this all worth it. Full count to Rosa. And splitter. He times it perfectly right up the middle to Roxy. And I was hoping here for the throw would make a real highlight reel there, but it's just late. So not only did Rosa's ability not activate to center to give me some Roxy footage of her ability activating, she missed the throw assist at home too. So bust and bust. Bases loaded. We got Tom up now. 1-2 count on Tom. Little change up inside. First thing he swung at out of the zone except for that hammer pitch. And now he's got level 14 Tua. And as I insinuated earlier, I'm going to walk in a run, and this is the one. I don't want to face level 14 Tua with the bases loaded and only one out. Going close, hoping he'll swing, but he's pre-charging so much that he's losing the boost, and I'm still not comfortable throwing in the zone to Tua. That one I think I was trying to get an edge, but didn't work out. Durant to bat with one out, bases loaded. Much rather face Durant. His lineup is constructed pretty similar to mine, where Durant is the weak point, and it's like the 7th, 8th batter. And he swings at that sinker just outside of the zone for the pitcher home first double play. I forget the numbers on that. And here we go. Down 2 runs. Not a terrible situation. Roxy to bat. This is my second at bat with Roxy. My first was against Matt from Saydu yesterday when I unlocked her, and I swung at a fastball just above the zone. So, not a great representation of what I feel like her ability or what her stats could do. And for my second at bat, just out of the zone again. So, I'm pressing a little bit, trying to get some numbers with this new player. And I've got 2 swings at balls out of the zone for 2 ground outs. Not great. But I won't hold that against her. That's on me. We got hammer batting. We can probably skip forward through the rest of this stuff, but I think hammer gets on, and then I get thrown out at third with hammer because I assumed his center field was going to hit the cutoff and instead went right to Durant. Long story short, I'm going to lose this one 2-0 because of bad leadoff hitting and a base running error. So let's fast forward. And we're back. I swung at a strike there with Andre, but Andre could not put it over the wall. Good game, Hong. A lot of great players at the Taiwanese club, currently sitting at number 2. So let's load another one up. Let's see if we can get some Roxy highlights. In center field, she got quite a few balls hit her way. This is going to be 51761 from another Taiwanese club. Let's see how this one goes. I do not recall exactly what happens, but I don't think there's another loss in here. Sorry, Ben. Luna is tough for a lot of guys. People who pitch with Luna definitely see her a lot better. Late on that splitter, if you want some advice on pitching with Luna, finally got it dialed in a bit. But if you've been playing World Class, you've seen enough of Luna recently as people have started to max her. That sinker on the glove side, really nice to put in for a strike. Sinker on the arm side, just out of the zone, tough to lay off of. Splitters just below the zone with the changeups just touching the bottom of the zone. And likewise, top of the zone, the changeup just out of the zone, the splitter just in the zone. Very tough to differentiate those two. And the cutter, the most hittable of her pitches, but I like to use it quite a bit. You can bait a few bad swings out of people throwing it on the glove side just out of the zone. And just nipping the zone, kind of the opposite of her sinker there. Nipping that edge on the arm side. A good swing from Kaya there, but we're going to go to the bottom half of the inning, and we've got Roxy leading off. Let's see if we can get something done. Raise that 0 average. And that forkball in the zone. We got, what's his name? Jeho here. Terrible pitcher. Hopefully she can get a hit off of Jeho. A little late on that forkball in the zone. Here's another one, though, and right to shortstop. Not going to give my final analysis on Roxy yet, but that's not a great sign. Hammer, 0 charge, pushing that single up the middle. If you've got hammer, don't be afraid to swing first pitch. People will throw that first pitch in the zone. You can get some homers, you get lots of singles and doubles. Gibson up, double to the wall. Let's see how fast hammer can go. Not fast enough, even with Luna's boost. Center fielder got to that quickly and got it in. And we got Andre to bat. This should do it, barring a bad double play. But even Gibson at level 14 with Luna has 196 speed, which is tough to double play. But Andre's going to make it not a question. That one's gone. Dance, Andre, dance. Let's go. Best ability in the game. Don't at me. All right. 1 loss to 1 Taiwanese player, 1 win to a lesser Taiwanese player, and we will move on to another game. Rapid fire in these bad boys. Trying to get some hits with Roxy. This is a Padre. Player 31284, aka Greg with Padres. I'm going to give him the nod, but I don't think he sees it. Either he's got emojis off or he didn't even see who he was playing. Could be either one, but he is right next to me in the World League, or World Rankings rather. He also has that silver A in the top 200 or top 150, whatever it is. He's got Shotaro, though, probably working, trying to get Luna or Josh maxed. There's that cutter I was talking about, just nicking the edge on that arm side. And then the sinker, just out of the zone on the arm side, but Shotaro beats it out. Bummer. Got one out and Kaya to bat. Kaya is dangerous. Going to be careful, but not ultra careful. She's got the contact boost, and that's a good one to mix in too. Some people get used to seeing that sinker catch the zone on the glove side. So if you push it just barely out of the zone, some people will get ready to swing too early. All right, Roxy facing Shotaro. Come on, Roxy, let's get a hit. A walk, anything. Nice pitch there. Change up and splitters, the good mix for Shotaro. Obviously with that slider sweeper that he throws. And we've got a hit for Roxy. Splitter just in the zone there, right up the middle. Single for Roxy. First hit, 333 average. And we're going to steal. Let's see how that speed plays. And it doesn't play for shit. It's thrown out by a mile by Nia. I'm not going to say what my final thoughts are on Roxy yet, but I don't know if there's anyone who's figured out some method to the madness for stealing, but this is why I don't steal. It seems like a coin toss every time, regardless of how fast your runner is. Roxy with Luna's at 212, I think. She gets thrown out by a mile from a catcher who's not even defense first. I feel like that should be a nearly automatically stolen base, but whatever. We'll go for the win in the normal way. You don't see me steal ever, and that's why. I don't like giving up outs, especially when I trust my bats to win the game without advancing runners. On steals, you'll definitely see people nowadays with that steal first mentality. And I think it's kind of a buster way to play, if I'll be honest. I'm moving infielders, trying to cover up their bad hitting, if I'm going to be honest. They take advantage of a game mechanic that makes tons of holes in the infield, and it's frustrating to play as somebody who is more of a skilled player rather than a guile player, but it is what it is. You got to get your wins the way you can get them, so. All right, we're playing Katsuhiko from a Japanese club, and I believe this one's a bot, so we can talk a little bit about spotting bots. Good ERA there, good record. I see Fernandez pretty well, but we can take a look at what I'm looking for when I'm trying to spot a bot. Roxy to bat, looking for another hit. Fastball in the zone, and that's a meatball. I got to hit that one. I was a little late, and I have not realized this is a bot yet. And actually I'm working 2 right now, so I stepped away from the game to reply to a Teams message and came back, and luckily I had not struck out yet. But that tells me right away I'm facing a bot. Those pitches are way in the zone, too far in the zone to be a regular player or a human player. But luckily he's gone out of the zone there. That one's out of the zone too. If you're a Fernandez user, lean on that fastball just outside of the zone on both sides of the plate. That one catches the zone. Right to Roxy, who throws it to first. Another telltale sign of a bot. The Roxy in left field fielded that ball before my Roxy got to first base, which means the bot is coded to throw that to first, not to second, where a normal person would throw. Not that Roxy was going to beat the ball to second, even with that throw across the diamond to first, but if you're anyone who knows anything about baseball, you know you're throwing ahead of your runner, not to the base they're going to, unless you have a play for the out. So a normal person catching that ball in left field is throwing that ball to second base to prevent the base runner from advancing, and instead the bot is throwing that to first. We do get to see the nice arm show off there, left field to first, which is a big throw. But I'm going to be honest, I don't know if a human player makes that same throw without the cutoff. Bots sometimes get the advantage of not having to use the cutoff when us mere mortal humans would have to. So maybe another day I'll throw her in left field and see if she can make the left field to first throw. But it's not like there's going to be any outs coming out of that. There you go, another bot pitch right down the middle. But the bots mix it up quite a bit. You'll see quite a few out of the zone, and then all of a sudden 2 meatballs, and you're like, what's going on? That's a bot. Or a really bad player. Same difference in my book, honestly. Good diving play from Annie. Got 1 out here. I think we can skip ahead. We've seen the throws and the pitches that kind of show what kind of bot show us that we're facing a bot. Let's skip ahead and see the hitting side. All right, when you're facing a bot on defense, there's not too many tells, but you're going to see these practice swings right there. Practice swing before you've selected a pitch. They will not do the practice swing after you've selected a pitch unless there's a little bit of a latency or a lag. It'll be kind of instantaneous. And the only other real tells when you're on defense are going to be this kind of preternatural ability to pick balls from strikes, which some bots better than others at it. I don't know how it's coded, but lots of bots will not swing at balls and will swing at every strike. Won't always make contact, but they'll swing at it. And then the other thing is going to be base running. They're conservative base runners. They're not going to run into outs. The only time I've seen it happen where they run into outs is multiple base runners advancing on like Giro, a throw that is not 100% going to be an out unless you time the ability for Giro. So something to keep in mind. You'll see they won't even round bases sometimes when human players would round bases to at least see where the throw's going. They'll just take that single base and sit content. So let's skip ahead. And we're back for some Roxy action. Single up the middle to Roxy. Crazy jump and flip throw all the way home. Nice to see my center fielder not need the cutoff. But ultimately inconsequential. Gonna be tough for me to find a situation where she would have made an error and instead she's gonna catch. Need some Rosa error balls to center field or Giro error balls to center field. And there's another Roxy highlight. It's pretty far. I thought that was going to be drop down for a single. And instead she makes the weird flipping catch. But last tell for the bots, that 30-29 trophy win. Unless they are right next to you in the rankings, you will not get a 30 or 29 trophy win. So that's telling me that's a bot as well. Let's see. I got one more game in me, I believe. We will match match up with 418017 from Aftermath OG. He's got that silver A next to his name, which means he should be a human, although I'm hearing today that that may have changed. So I'm not going to put it in here as a good faith tell of a bot or not. And Roxy right there, fastball turned on it, caught easily in right field. Roxy, another swing at a strike, no hit. Meanwhile, first swing hammer going yard. Roxy not doing well offensively. Gibson, I swung at a ball there. Could not force the error. Even if it was, probably taking that one back. Let's skip ahead, see if we get some defensive highlights. And we've got another Padre. This is 63893. He is a new Padre. Got that bronze A next to him. What's that, like 300 or 400 ranking last season? Gave him the head nod, but nothing in return. Emojis off, or maybe he didn't see it, or he doesn't even know who I am. Who knows? Doesn't matter. Roxy to bat. Let's see what she can do against Fernandez. Last Fernandez at bat was an easy fly out. And this one is a single to right. Maybe with Mark. Mark catches that like the last one. Hammer to bat. I'm not going to steal with Roxy, as I don't think she can steal anything. I don't know how anyone steals anything in this game, to be honest. 50-50 coin flip. I don't like those odds. Pick off at first. He doesn't know me, doesn't know I don't like to steal. Single up the middle on a charged hit, a ball out of the zone there, but Hammer muscles it through, and I go first to third with Roxy in that 212 speed. Sometimes not the best option facing Fernandez, as Fernandez's ability just gets stronger with that runner at third. Sometimes I'll hold up at second, and usually I do not swing at balls against Fernandez, but he got me there. That circle chain stayed just above the zone. One out, Hammer on first, Roxy on third, and first to third is actually going to save me in this instance, because I remember what happens here. Nice pitch in the zone, error at second base, and can't field it fast enough. I did send Roxy from third, and she snuck in there for the run when Andre got across. And I think that's going to be enough to save the game or win the game for me. Let's go ahead and skip forward, see if we get any Roxy defensive highlights. And the answer is no. No defensive highlights this game. But let's give some final thoughts on Roxy. She's a defensive first outfielder. She's the legendary version of Jordan. This is a pass for me. Swinging at strikes, she was not getting hits. She couldn't steal bases. The defense isn't bad, but for me, I don't have a lot of room for more defense first outfielders. So, that said, she's a pass. She's a no-buy for me. Hate being that guy, but that's the verdict I'm coming in with. Thanks for watching.